I was on Facebook the other day. I have a friend of mine who was going to the Pelicans Golden State Warriors game, and he was kind of upset. But I saw this meme that someone had put out there, and it said that the Warriors are resting Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, and Andrew Wiggins because it was the second night of a back to back. So here's a guy that paid Golden State Warrior prices to not see a majority of the Golden State Warrior stars. And so you got NBA load management. It's great for the players, but it's bad for the fans. But I'm gonna start with you first, man. How do you feel about NBA load management? I mean, I don't blame the coaches for doing it. I know why they do it, but I mean the fans get cheated, because you spend all this money for a ticket because tickets are sky high because you got to pay these players. So who's at fault? Is it the league because of how they schedule, or should these guys be able to play 82 games?
Well, I mean, we're in a different time now, and it's really hard for these guys to be on the floor as often as they are on a week to week basis. They got to have some sort of management because you want to keep your star. You want your stars when it's most important, which is in the playoffs. Leading up to the NBA Finals. And 82 games is a lot of games. So it's just a lot of these players shit. Players ain't made like they used to be. Yeah, they're bigger, stronger, faster, but do they last? They don't last as long as they used to. So with that being said, you got to have some sort of management. You just got to make sure that when you buy one of these NBA tickets, that you there on one of the nights that you want to see the player that you follow or on your fantasy team or whatever, is playing that night. So I mean, you got to manage these guys' bodies because if you don't, I mean, you've seen what happened to the LeBrons, and even though I don't like LeBron, you see what's happening to LeBron. He's getting older. You see some of these other players, like uh, Westbrook, some of the young ones that are out here, that they're just they're a shadow of their former selves, and they're not producing the numbers that they used to produce. So with that being said, you got to have some sort of management so that way you can preserve your body so you can have the player when it's really important. I mean, these first, yeah, you want to get out to a good lead and things of that nature. So therefore, it'll be good, but down the stretch is when it's really important. You trying to get in that top. I think it's 8, 10, or 12, whatever, how many ever it is in the NBA now to make the playoffs. So you want to have your guys playing when it counts the most. So I don't have a problem with the load management, but you know that's the way it is in today's time.
And Ray, what do you think, man? Because to me, it says that the regular season really ain't all that important. I mean, if you can afford to lose games, then you're probably playing too many games. But what's your take on load management?
Oh, okay. I said, I think if you're getting paid, you should play unless you're injured. Now, if you're Klay Thompson or somebody that had a significant injury and you're going on a back to back and you have to sit down, I understand that. Even Kawhi Leonard coming back, I understand that. LeBron James is an older guy now. I understand that. But as far as guys that are in their 20s or early 30s, there's no excuse. If you're healthy, you should be playing. And the thing about it is I don't know if you guys ever seen the interview where Kobe said the reason why he played through so many injuries was because he think about the dad that spent the money for his kid to come see him play, and then if he wasn't playing, what a disappointment that would be, and he didn't ever want to let nobody down. And that's the mentality you have to work with. Nowadays, as guys is, you know, they think about themselves too much and, well, who's going to care about them? And they don't care about the other people and they got to take care of what they got to take care of and everything else instead of looking at it for what it is. Everything that you have is due to your hard work, of course, but it's the people that are putting the butts in the seats. I'm not talking about the people in the community. I'm talking about the people who actually spend money to come see the game and got cable and so forth. You got to think about all that. And I don't think enough of them do. And that's why sports in the next 20 years is going to be a problem. It may be still big, but if they don't take back some sort of control, it's going to be out of hand. And that's football, basketball, and boxing.
Yeah, I mean, you can argue that boxing and basketball are already out of hand, and football's on its way. Especially in football, if they set the precedent. Now that they've set the precedent with a fully guaranteed contract, like Kirk Cousins and Deshaun Watson have had, because now we're seeing a lot of people are leaning that way to where they want everything guaranteed, and I think that's crazy. I ain't nothing wrong with wanting it, but that's crazy. So, but as far as the NBA is concerned, part of the reason why I won't go to an NBA game now is because I don't want to spend the money to not be able to see a certain player. Um, that's one of the reasons. Another reason is that I don't. I also hate when sometimes they play back-to-back games. Team puts forth little effort, and you spend all your money to see a team lose by 35 points. So. I mean, there are too many games in the NBA, in my opinion. And I know they've been playing 82 for life, but I just don't think, like Ray said, these guys don't care about the fans. They want to get their rest and things of that nature. But when you look back in the day, even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was playing 75 or 78 games when he was 39 years old. And Jordan played 82 games. I think he played all 82 games in his last year. And, Magic Johnson, when he wasn't injured, played 75 plus games for them. So, I mean, back in the day of and I hate to be one of them back in the day guys, but this is just a fact. Guys missed games back in the day when they were hurt. These folks now, like I know, and Ray, you're a Kawhi fan, man. Kawhi, I mean, he's just a part-time player. He's getting full-time money, but he's just a part-time player, and I like him. And I think he has an amazing career, but man, I forget he's on the team half the time.
Yeah, he's not playing tonight either. And I mean, the thing is guys want full money, but don't want to play the full season. And you know, it's going to be a terrible thing in a minute. Right now, they don't understand how lucky they are to have guaranteed contracts. Once the owners start saying we don't want the guaranteed contracts, they'll hold out, they'll strike. Guys then take care of their money, so they can't hold out as long as the owners, and it's going to flip because letting them have their way and have their say. You see how it's turning out. And people can talk all the shit they want. And me, I personally don't care. I say what I feel. And you seeing it just like I see it. When these guys have that freedom, this is what happens. And it's just messing up the game.
Yeah, I mean, but think about it, but we're talking about a Lakers-Clippers game. Okay, we're talking about a rivalry game, and Kawhi is not even playing. The NFL is going to 18 games at some point. When the NFL goes to 18 games, if they decide they want to load manage, can you imagine going to, I'm trying to think of a good young quarterback. Well, let's say you go to a Miami game playing Buffalo, and Tua and Josh Allen are both sitting out because of load management, and you can pay
Well, they are.
$195 for some nosebleed seats.
I mean, it's already getting that way in the NFL now. I mean, you look at with them going to a 17-game season, and then, I mean, basically, none of the guys are playing during the preseason. So September is like an extension of preseason, if you ask me. So you're really only getting October, November, December, and then, January of games because, these guys are not playing during the preseason. And then, they're not, they really not equipped to play in September. And that's how you see, you see some of these big time stars like TJ Watt. TJ Watt got hurt in the first game of the season because he didn't play in the preseason. And then you got, you're gonna start seeing that happen. So you're already starting to see it, kind of the trickle down effect already in the NFL to a certain degree. So I mean, they have a big problem, and depending on what team you play for, your contracts are, these contract. I mean, what Deshaun Watson got was just stupid. I mean, fully guaranteed. I mean, we're not going to be. It's already, the NFL tickets are already expensive as it is, depending on which stadium you go to. But good gracious, I mean, 200, over $200 million contract, fully guaranteed. I mean, those tickets in Cleveland gonna probably be, for a nosebleed seat, you're gonna be paying $300-400. I mean, and it could be more than that, depending on. So it's getting to the point now where you just got to watch either on TV at home or at a sports bar to watch your favorite teams play. And I want to be at least able to go to a game and watch it in person every once in a while. I mean, it's easy to go down to Jacksonville and watch a game because I can get a ticket for $75 to $85 and get a decent seat in Jacksonville to go catch a game, steal a game down there, and shoot. It's like being at a home game in Pittsburgh anyway, because Jacksonville people don't show up. But if you want to go somewhere like Atlanta or go out to Carolina or something, the tickets are ticket prices are way different, and it's less likely for somebody like me to be able to go to one of the games. I want to at least be able to go to the game and sit down. I don't want to stand up the whole damn game. I want a nice seat, decent seat, and be able to make a nice little weekend out of it. So it's already getting to the point now where it's getting unattainable for the casual, casual.
All right, you're breaking up on me, but yeah, I miss those days where I can pay $50 and sit on a 15-yard line at Texas Stadium. I know I missed that, but we'll see what happens going forward.
Yep.